Yo, guys, good morning, good morning. What is today? Monday. Happy Monday. Let's get ready to rock and roll here. Let me send out a quick tweet, let everybody know we're live. Boom, got the tweet out. A quick Facebook post. Oh, and I gotta go ahead and put this in the Discord real quick. And let me pop out the chat so I can see you guys. Yo, Kevin, Silver Shrimp, what's up? Haven't seen you in a while. The Beast, what's going on, my man? Evo, what's up? What's up? Hope you guys had a good weekend. Had a really nice weekend. Well, Saturday was taxes. Did that. The good thing was, got to do it with a friend of mine and his wife. She's my accountant, so at least we can hang out, but it's never fun to do taxes. Yesterday was super chill day. And we had one banger of a week last week, guys. This week, I'm expecting things to slow down a little bit, to be honest. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Yeah, the beast over there in the Discord typing taxes suck. Yeah, they do. Of course they do. They always suck. 1 second here. Making sure everything's systems go. The watch list has been sent out. Jonah already sent that out, guys, so you should have it in your inbox. All right, we're watching SPY, MLEC, Tesla, AMD, and of course I will be trying to see if I can get some trades on the futures. They're a little bit extended to the upside here. I mean, kind of what I wanted this morning. What I wanted this morning was, you see this blue line here? I wanted to see if we get, well, not this one. Sorry, I had another one drawn earlier. Let me redraw it. Hey, when it goes away, I had to reset the system and that one went away right here. So I wanted to see this 39.90 area get tested again, but forget about it, man. We're way above that level now. Now it's going to get wishy-washy, you know. And we can get down here to 39.98, 4,000 zone. That could be the next level to watch. I'll watch and see if we get pullbacks into that zone for bounces. I'd expect 40-20 area to 40-30 zone to hold resistance this morning. So that's what I'll be looking for. Once we get up in that zone, I think we probably see some resistance. I'm expecting this week, today a little bit of a green day in the markets, a little bit of bounce. Let's go over here real quick to that SPY chart. So real nice bounce off of that 200-day moving average from Friday. I mean, damn, man, we're all the way up here already in front of 400. That area is that was actually my target, 400 to 401. I'm really not too content. This is what happens when I do the watch list a little bit too early this morning. I was doing the watch list throughout this range here early in the morning, and I sat on it for a while. I sent it over to Jonah, and look at the move. The market's already done. So kind of sucks because that's the move I was looking for long-sided trades today. My concern here is that maybe we start to get choppy. So you know what? If I trade futures, I will be quicker on my take profits. I'm going to be more of a scalp mentality today. something that I don't do as much. So when I say scalp, I'll probably be, if I get like 3 points, 4 points on something, I'll probably take. I'm gonna be looking for those smaller trades. I tend to just call them smaller trades, you know. So it's probably what I'll do today if I trade the futures. I want to watch and wait for setups. 400, 401 area. I expect it to be a level of resistance on the SPY. You can see here resistance turned into support. We broke underneath it. Now we're testing it. I honestly did not think, I thought today we'd get into that zone, but not in pre-market. Not in pre-market at all. At all. What I'm thinking is this week we get kind of action like this. Maybe we break it briefly, right? So Monday, Tuesday, break it briefly. Wednesday, a little bit of a consolidation, and then we just start to crack, right? Come on down. And then we start to probably get a little bit choppy-ish. Leading into March. And then we probably just sit in this general vicinity, I want to think. We just sit around this general vicinity, right? Like we eventually just sit in here, we crack it, and we start to get down here. And we just trade sideways on this support zone with small little bounces, 390, 395. Oh, a little fake bull run over 395. And then when the FOMC meeting concludes, and when we get further CPI data this month, it just cracks, crackazilla it, and we end up here in the 380 zone. That's where I think we end up, 385 to 380. Basically, we end up back down here where we were to basically start the year. Okay, I'm not thinking that we're gonna come down here or anything like that anytime soon. But I do think we get down here, it's 380s, 380, 385 zone. I think we get there. I think that's where we start to trade. All right, there's the bell, guys. I know I rambled a little bit here on that one. MLEC. On MLEC, just watching the 770 area. Previous support zone right here. Watching to see if we get pullbacks into that zone. When I was writing up the watch list, we weren't up this high, but I'd still watch that level. Otherwise, the next level to watch is going to be right here, and that's the 840s. Previous resistance here. And this isn't on the watch list, obviously, because we opened up higher than we were when I wrote it. So I'd watch these 840s. Previous resistance here, previous resistance here. Watch and see if that level can become support now. And then Tesla, we're up and over 200. We're right around where I was writing the watch list. I just watched this one, see if 200 can hold support and get to move here to 210. I think that's a possible move. All right, so keep an eye on that one if the market wants to rally a little bit here. But if it finds strong resistance at 400, unless Tesla gets some significant relative strength, I don't see it moving that much higher. AMD. When I was writing up the watch list, AMD was actually, it was right around there. That's the $79 to $80 zone. I watch and see if that level can hold resistance. We're flirting with it right now. You could see here how it was previously a level of support, turned resistance, and now we're flirting with that line. If that line can hold resistance, watch for fades on back down this week. Okay, so that's what I'd be watching on AMD. And then on the ES itself, I will be watching, like I said, 4,000 to 39.98, 39.95 zone, call it. I think it gets choppy-ish down there. I'll probably look for little scalp trades down there, see if I can get something cooking. Big day on Friday. I uploaded. It's wild. Maybe I didn't do a good job with the video. It's wild. On Friday, I asked, hey guys, who wants me to upload the Friday's recap video? And I got a bunch of comments saying that, likes and stuff saying that, yeah, basically if you like the thing, you like the post, you want me to upload it, I uploaded it. It's gotten some views, but the viewer retention on it just isn't that good. I don't understand why. I think it's my fault. I think since the recording of the trade itself was during pre-market or obviously in this case before the bell, before the US market opened, I was trading futures. It's that funky little time because Globex ends around 8:30 and I was trading after 8:30. it was silent. It's not like when it's a recording of a trade within the live stream where I'm talking with you guys. In that case, I was trading by myself, so I wasn't talking to anybody. I just put on the trade and went about my business, and I did like a little bit of a voiceover on it. I think it was just boring. Oh well. The video's up if you want to see that trade. It's up on the YouTube channel. I'll grab a link here for you guys if you haven't seen it yet. I know some of you have already seen it. Here you go. $5,000 day. All right, guys. So good luck out there. Let's see what happens. All right, guys. Sorry, was replying to some stuff there I needed to get off the computer screen. Okay, so far, man, it's really quiet. Like honestly, it's almost like the market's still in pre-market. Very, 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 very quiet open here. The ES barely moving around at all. Pulling back in there to 40.05 zone. That's definitely not deep enough pullback. I want to see a bigger pullback. I want to see this line get tested, or at least somewhere near that line. Let me switch this to a 30-minute chart. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it could be scalped, but nah. Especially for me, I like to wait a little bit more. I feel like there's more structure just underneath that 4,000 area, right around 4,000 to 39.95 zone. I feel there's more structural potential support there than there is right here at 40.05. So I'm gonna be patient. If it goes without me, whatever, peace out. It's okay. Because look, what happens is you have a week like last week. Last week was a banger. Last week had so much continuation and good setups compared to the previous 2.5 weeks, kids out there having fun, that that I mean, that week was so good, it made back all my losses and plenty of profit on the month, right? So what happens is that now, when things kind of slow down, if you come into this week thinking it's going to be exactly like last week was, and it's not, then you put yourself in a situation where you're going to get chopped up, and then you're gonna come into the week. You're gonna come into the week like, oh man, awesome a week. I really got this down packed. If you're a newer trader, you're like, I'm really learning a lot, and it's finally clicking. And then you go into this week and you get absolutely demolished via chop, right? And not in the sense where you have a huge drawdown on the account, but you give back half of last week's profits, right? Or more. And then you're like, bro, what have I done? This is bull crap. Everything's rigged. It's not. It's like you got to be able to discern, right, what the environment is telling you. That's why I'm coming in here today, and I said it right out the gate. I feel like I'm going to look at things more from a scalper or a small trade way right now. I'm a little bit long. I came into the day long biased, but we're at 400. We're like a freaking 400 already on the SPY, which was my target. So now I would think you might get down here and test 397 to 396.50. You know? Maybe a short here in front of 40.10 would have been a good idea for a little drop. Might be a little bit too late for that now. It is early. I don't typically take any trades until 9:45, 9:50. So it's still plenty of time for me to find a trade. So I'm going to be patient here. I'm not going to let myself get ahead of myself. Guys, any questions or any comments at all, just throw them up in chat there for me. Tesla. Let's go take a quick look at Tesla. Oh, wow. Nice little dip there into 201s. Took off. If the SPY starts to go, this is actually not looking like a bad... Like, I'd be long this thing. I'd be long this thing right here off of this VWAP bounce. There you go. Boom. I would have been long this thing. I know that because I've traded that same setup countless times on Tesla. Good eye there, the king. Resistance zone right here, guys. So that is a take profit area. If we get up and over this 205 pivot, you got room there 207 or so. So definitely keep a close eye on Tesla. Tesla definitely one to keep an eye on today. Profit target number 1 already reached. Man, that was nice. That was a nice one. MLEC halted to the downside here off that push into 11. We never pulled back into that 840 zone. We did get into like the 889 zone and then took off from that, got halted, opened up and pushed into 11 and bang, got slapped right back down. And now it's halted here in the 980s. Definitely want to keep on watch. If out of this halt, this thing does not do something like that, right? If out of this halt, it basically does something like this, where it catches that 9 AMA and gets back up over the halt price, watch out because that thing can get wild. Another halter there. SPY trying to get through VWAP. This is very similar to the trade we had recently. It was that long trade Thursday. Very similar to Thursday's trade. At 408 though, it's still holding up on the ES. Oh man, I wouldn't even know what you're talking about. I'm guessing college football. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't follow. I barely follow any type of professional sport like NFL, NBA, MLB. So definitely not college. Oh, much less. Much less. I used to be a big MLB fan. I used to be. But I'm talking about back in the McGuire Sosa days, Bonds days, and before, right? So when Bonds broke the record, and before then McGuire and Sosa, from that point, and older or whatever you want to call it, past, I was a fan. I used to go to games a lot more often. Um, I've been to the World Series. I've been to the 1997. I was to the 1997 World Series for the Marlins, and then 2003 playoffs with the Marlins again. I didn't go to the World Series in 2003. I don't know why I didn't go. I don't know if I just couldn't score tickets or what. Then I was in the NBA Finals. I went there for the Miami Heat when they had LeBron on here. I'm not a LeBron fan at all. At all. In any way, shape, or form. Not a LeBron fan. Not to say I won't make money off of one of his rookie cards or something if I have any, but I'm not a fan. But yeah, man. Really haven't been. Nah, they should just let him do it. I'm not a believer in that was cheating. That hand-eye coordination is not improved. And I know because I work in that hormone field a lot. One of my businesses is in that field. Well, we're just chopping around. We're just chopping around. The thing is that sports needs to get up to date. You know, now people can play longer when they're on hormone therapy because they can stay healthier longer. They can stay healthier longer. They can stay in the game longer, like Piazza did, like Clemens did. It keeps the older guys in the game longer. But sports hasn't caught up to that. They automatically just label it cheating when it doesn't really. I mean, look, this is a perfect example of how it is not cheating. What's this freaking guy's name? Um, Bro, what is this guy's name, bro? Oh my god, I forgot his name. This dude played, I think he played center field once or twice. I don't know. Freaking ball landed on his head, bounced off of it into the stands. Cuban guy. What the hell was his name? A little snitch that started all the drama. Bro, I have the name on the tip of my tongue. Like, I know the moment somebody writes it in chat, I'm going to be like, boom, yeah, I knew it. How did I forget his name? Guys, I'm still watching here. I'm watching and waiting. I think we pull in a little bit more. If the ES wants to bounce off of 40.02, it could do it without me. Tesla testing the highs. MLEC still halted, apparently. Bro, what was this guy's name? Canseco. Jose Canseco. Jose Canseco, biggest juicer that there ever was. that there ever was in MLB. No one. Bro, like I was massive, bro. You're like Ken Shamrock from back in the day. He was not a good baseball player. He just wasn't. I mean, at that level, obviously the guy had enough skills and enough, bat to get into the MLB. Obviously. But I'm saying at that level, he was not good. He can't like he's not sitting at dinner with Bonds or McGuire or Sosa or Piazza or any of these guys. He's not there, right? Biggest juicer of all of them though. So it doesn't make you better. It just keeps you healthier. Now obviously you can use extreme doses and get freaking huge, but it's still not going to give you that hand-eye coordination. It's not going to give it to you. It's not going to give it to you. It definitely does keep them in the game longer. And that's why I think they should just let them do it. That way these older guys can stay in the game longer. Nah, I disagree with. I have unpopular opinions on a lot of things. I have unpopular opinions on a lot of things. This being one of them. Diehard MLB guys absolutely would despise me. Guys, this looks like a short to me, but I can't. I cannot get involved short or long here. I can't. This feels so much like not last week, but the week before, man. And I'm not going to give back profits. I had one amazing week. Best week I've had since the year started. I'm not going to go in here and give back profits on getting chopped up in 50-50 setups. Definitely not. If anything, I'm going to be more long biased than anything, but I want to see us dip further down from 4,000. Way back in the day, guys, all these other guys were on crazy stuff too, but it wasn't PEDs. It was more like, I'm trying not to use words that can get the channel hurt or demonetized in any way. Other recreational substances that those old time baseball players were on. And it kept them awake during those long bus trips. It kept them awake during double headers. But nobody calls them cheaters. You know what I'm saying? Nobody calls them cheaters. And it's stuff that nobody wants to talk about because, I don't know, that's probably the problem that MLB has. Rational people would listen to that and be like, oh, that's got a point. Maybe something to look into. But this is why I'm not a fan of any sport anymore. I'll wear my Marlins shirt and a Dolphin shirt once in a blue moon. I've even worn them here on the stream, but dude, they can disappear tomorrow. I ain't gonna lose a wink. Now, if the market disappears tomorrow, I'm pretty screwed. We're starting to look a little bit more bullish here, man, but I'm telling you, I cannot press the trigger. As much as I want to get into a trade, I can't. I like that hold of the lows there for 40.02, but I really wanted a deeper pullback. I wanted to test this previous resistance here that was just underneath 4,000. Wait, can you see that? No. You see that? Those wicks right in there? Let me see if I could zoom in. There we go. You see those wicks right in there? I wanted to see us get in there and test that. Maybe we don't test it out the gate. Like, maybe we don't test it now. Maybe we don't test it now. Maybe we test it later in the day. I'll still look and see if maybe I take a little scalp here, but looking like a lot of sitting on my hands today. Which is fine. I don't mind sitting on my hands today and watching and waiting. This 408 zone, well, not really 408, but 407. 4007. I'll show it to you on this 3-minute chart. You know, this could be potential little scalp. Support, 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 support. Resistance, 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 support. A little bit of a cup and handle, a small cup and handle. I want to press the buy button, but I can't. I might. Small. That way, if it's an L, it's a little paper cut, and if it's and if it's a win, it's some hot dog money at the game, the king. Let's look. Oh, real quick. Let's go look at MELC. Okay, so this one's not looking good. That's not looking good at all. Forming a little bit of a bear flag formation here now. Okay. Keep an eye on that. Tesla made a new high, pulling back into VWAP again. AMD trying to fade off that 80 zone we were talking about, but still holding those 79s. And the SPY is trying to bounce here. $50. All right, I'm going to give it a little stab. I'm going to give it a little stab here, guys. Let's see if we can get a little trade here. There's a couple bucks, not looking for anything out of this world. Not looking for anything out of this world. 1150. I'm sitting at 1150. We tapped in front of that zone, pulling back a little bit now. Dropped it there to 1125. See if it wants to get a fill. Like I said, I'm not looking for anything big, just looking for little scalps. The SPY struggling in front of that day at 400. In front of the highs. All right, there we go. Got one fill. Okay. Okay, we're booking a little money already. Gonna hold the stop on the remainder here at break even. That way we just made a little money on the day, you know what I mean? Not bad. So I booked a little gain there. Now we'll see if we can go higher. If we can break 1175, we could get up there and test those highs possibly. I'll drop the remainder there. Lots of selling at 11.25, but it looks like we'll get through it. There we go. We're getting through it. All right. Little trade, little action. Hey, looks like we're going to get it. Oh! Okay. All right. I'll take it. I told you, man, I'm coming into the day just looking for these smallies. If I get these smally trades, I'm going to take them. I'm going to run with them. And I'm going to get out the way because I suspect this week is going to be rather choppy. I only took a couple contracts there. Like I said, right? I was looking for either a little paper cut loss or some hot dog money, right? I'm going to tell you what. We got ourselves some burger money in this case. 300 bucks and change on the day. Look, it's nothing to write home about, but I'm not gonna lift my nose at it either. There's a lot of people who work an entire day, they don't make 300 bucks. So I'll take it, put it in my pocket, and we'll go from there. The reason why I'm getting flat there is that, well, we're into the face of major resistance on the SPY, right? And if we go here on the ES, we're right in front of this previous resistance, okay? I think it could get choppy there. I don't see why we would not possibly extend a little bit further since we've broken already up through the highs. But I feel like we could get choppy. Can we go a little bit higher? Absolutely. I just think it'll chop its way there. And like I said, I'm not looking for home runs. This is not last week where I was sitting in here and I was in bigger size. I was looking for those larger moves, scalping a couple contracts along the way, and then holding on, looking for those 10, 15 point moves that we were getting last week. I'm not looking for that right now because I think that even if we do get that range, I think it'll be choppier. I could be horribly wrong. It's okay if I am. That's a part of analyzing the charts. It's a part of trading. But the best part of it all is that, well, I've already got green in my pocket, so go ahead and move on. I'll wait and see if we get any more trades, any more setups here, guys. So, not bad. Starting off the week here with a little green trade. Okay, not too bad. There we go. All right, cool beans. Not too exciting, I know, but it's money in the pocket. As far as I'm concerned, anytime money goes in the pocket, it's exciting. All right, so we're starting to slow down a little bit up here. I got flat at 13 and change. We're starting to slow down just a tad. Okay, I'll tell you right now what I pulled out of this points wise. So I pulled out the first contract 2 points, exactly 2 points. Okay, that was exactly 2 points. And then the third contract, I pulled out 4.5 points. 4.5 points on the second take. All right. I didn't have a third take because why? I'm not going to trade. I'm not looking to trade today in my full size, meaning I'm not looking to trade 3 to 5 contracts. I'm looking to trade a little bit smaller. I'm looking to have a little bit smaller. I'm looking to trade smaller just because I want to protect myself against downside. Sorry, guys. I was just glancing on over to the Discord. Okay, now I would watch for the SPY to pull back possibly into that VWAP zone. You could see the ES pull back into 40.08 and see how it acts. If you find support there, you could get further bounce, possibly. Now, I'm not in anything. Show you real quick. Flat the position. Just watching and waiting right now. So it's a great time for anyone that might have some questions. Just throw them up in chat. Guys, before I forget, today's the last day to save 65% off for life on the prop firm I trade with. So on their evaluation accounts. So if you want to get an account for pretty cheap and hold that price for life of the account, as long as you want to hold it, if you pass the evaluation, obviously that goes away. But as while you're in the process of the evaluation, be it 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, however long it takes you, you get 65% off for life. And that goes for all their evaluation accounts from 25,000 to 300,000 on their foundation evaluation accounts, which are the normal evaluation accounts. All right, we didn't pull back. We just kept going. Definitely going a little bit further than I anticipated initially. I thought we'd get up here towards this 14, 16 area and then pull back before possibly going to the 20s. But we're already up there in the 20s area. Well, 18s. That's the 20 area as far as I'm concerned. If I would have had, say 3 contracts, me personally, I'd definitely be flat that last piece here in front of 20. The volume is increasing, but 18, 19, 20 area, I'd be looking to get flat there on the last piece, which would have been good because that last piece would have been 10 points. 10 points. I mean, we've moved from straight up from 40.02 all the way to 40.18. All right, guys, as we wait around, let's go take a quick peek at MLEC. Oh, that bear flag working out nicely. So if you got in here short, right? Let's say you got in here short when we broke down. You've already moved really nicely from the $8.50 area all the way down here in front of $8.10 zone. All right, in front of $8 really because it got tapped. Tesla pushing higher, guys. Right, man, this was right off the watch list. Good eye, the king earlier. This one was right off the watch list, guys. We said watch for 200, hold for a push into 206 to 210. And right now you're getting that push. That was a really nice trade there on Tesla, guys. Anybody that caught that, congrats. You're getting that 90 MA VWAP cross now to the upside. Let's see if it can continue moving. You got the ES still going all the way up here towards that 40-20 zone. Good volume increase on the ES too, guys. Look at that nice little smooth volume increase. Very nice. We'll keep watching. So 10:05 a.m. I'm going to give it a few more minutes, guys. And if I don't get any setup here, what I'll do is we'll open up the floor to a Q&A session, and then we'll go from there. All right, so that was all take profit zones on the SPY and on Tesla. My eyes are a little dry. All right, guys. So let's do something here. Let's open up the floor here for a little Q&A session. Any questions you guys might have, you can throw them up on chat. I think it's going to be a minute here before I get a pullback that I would want to buy on the ES. And as far as resistance goes, I think we're starting to reach those top levels. But today I came into the day kind of bullish, so I'm not looking to get short right out the gate like this. I was hoping we would not reach levels like this until later in the afternoon, where shorts would be a little bit more feasible. Right now, I'm not just going to jump in there, even though I could scalp a short setup. You know, I'll keep an eye on it. I'll consider it. But right now, I'm just going to sit on my hands. So if you guys have any questions right now, it's a great time for you to bring it up in chat. I'll be happy to answer it. Oh, still extending there. Tesla into those 207.50s. Wow. That's a nice move, man. That setup, King, when you brought up Tesla, man, I was like, yep, that setup right there is money. And there you go. I would have made more money probably trading Tesla, most likely. But I didn't have my equities broker up. That's wild, the King. Yeah, that's crazy stuff, man. That's wild. Alliance, can I look at AMD? Yep, sure can. AMD was actually on the watch list this morning. Guys, remember the watch list? We send it out for free every morning. Here is how you get it. Free watch list. AMD, since the market is pushing up as much as it is right now, you had AMD recover and hold in front of that 79. That 79 to 80 zone, we talked about it being resistance. We had resistance this morning clearly here at the 80 zone. And we started giving up. But then when the SPY recovered, you know, AMD came right back up here over VWAP. But the difference is there's relative weakness here, because look at the SPY pushing up to new highs on the day, while AMD is nowhere near the highs. So I would still be bearish AMD, but I would not be trying to day trade this bearishness. If anything, I'd probably be looking to swing trade it or just wait for a crack underneath that 200-day moving average. That's what I would do on that one if it were me looking for a trade on it. Anyone watch the Jake Paul Fury fight yesterday? I did not. I didn't even know about it. I mean, I knew it was going to happen. I didn't know it was yesterday. I did see some like highlights, and I mean, I guess I don't know what the fight cost to watch on TV, but I guess it was entertaining. At least the highlights I saw looked pretty entertaining. You know, I'm not a Jake Paul fan. I'm not a fan of either of the two brothers in the least bit, to be honest. But I can give credit where credit's due, right? Whether or not some of those fights have been fixed, we'll probably never know. But the guy has skills. I mean, you got to think about it that's like this, right? The dude has, within reason, an insane amount of money that doesn't end. Like, there's no end, right? Like, this guy can really just be like, all right, I'm taking the next 2 years off from any sort of paid work and just train. So, right? So the guy can get the best trainers in the world. He can afford them. He can have a chef all the time, right? With access to the best diets and foods. He has access to the best supplements, right? The best gym equipment. The dude has access, because he has money, to all of this. And I'm not saying this as an excuse or to downplay it. No, I'm actually saying this where I'm giving credit to the guy. He can fight. No one can tell me that Jake Paul cannot fight. The guy can fight. You get an average Joe off the street who's never done any lick of martial arts or any sort of training at all. Jake Paul will destroy him. Now, obviously, if you get an extremely skilled fighter and you put him up against Jake Paul, I think the skilled fighter will win. Apparently, Fury, from what I was reading, I didn't know that the Fury that fought yesterday isn't all that, apparently, because I mean he didn't knock him out. But what I'm saying is that you can't say the dude's a YouTuber. You know, you can't say Jake Paul's just a YouTuber. You have to admit at this point that he's a fighter. Whether he can make it as a fighter or not, well, that's to be determined, in my opinion. But yeah, I mean, whatever. Kid's up there doing this stuff, so yeah, and had a great weekend too. Thank you. Hope you did as well. Jesse, you've been killing it this year on futures. Thank you, Iran. I hope you've been killing it this year on futures or equities, whatever you trade. But yeah, man, it's been fun. It's been fun trading futures to kickstart the year off, and I'm gonna keep doing it probably the rest of the year. I've taken maybe 2 or 3 equities trades, and they've mainly been swing trades. But day trading wise, it's been nothing but futures. What prop firm do you trade for? DeVries what prop firm do I trade for? Trade with Lilu. Here you go. They have 65% off lifetime. I don't know if you were here when I said this earlier, but there you go. Links in chat. So far, so good. No complaints with them. What's your biggest winner ever, Jesse? My biggest winner ever was Tesla. Coincidentally enough, my biggest loser ever was Tesla. So this was a back-to-back type of effect here. It was on a day where I went on tilt. This was a few years back. Never got on tilt since. I have had emotional trades, just like anybody else in a moment. But you catch yourself, right? Going on tilt, it's full on tilt. Like deer in headlights, disaster, trade after trade after trade. Like these are the type of days that would lead somebody to blow up an account. I was down like over $4,000 that day. And I said to myself, bro, what are you doing? Shut everything off right now. I felt like I had disrespected my money so much, it was ridiculous. You got to shut everything off right now and don't touch this and go think about your life. That's basically what it was like. That's basically what it was like, right? So went ahead and took that L and came back in the afternoon, put on a swing trade on a good setup with Tesla, and it made it all back overnight plus an extra couple thousand or so. 6,700 and change. That was my biggest winner, almost 7,000. Tesla, Kakatu says, Kakatu, that's like the bird. Freaking A, that was creative. Tesla is a great long-term, in my opinion, he says, or she says. I agree. I agree. Not necessarily wanting to buy Tesla at these levels. I have some Tesla. I should have bought some when it was lower, but I thought, I don't know why, we were going to go into the 80s. So I held off like an idiot. But yeah, I agree. I like Tesla long-term. I like Tesla long-term if you've already bought it. Buying it here, not so much. When will I be presenting at Trade Ideas? So Trade Ideas has a webinar this week on Wednesday at 1 p.m. I think it is. And I will be presenting there. I will be going over the top chart patterns to trade. So that's a live webinar. I have the link. I just got to work it all out here today and make sure I download the software and all that good stuff. Once I have the address and the exact time, I'll post it up and I'll send it out in an email. So you guys will have it tomorrow. And I'll also email it out. They're emailing it out as well. They've already sent out an email notifying everybody. So 1 p.m. Wednesday. Wednesday? Yeah, Wednesday, March 1st. I'm excited for that. I really am. That's going to be so cool. AMC Ape Strong Together. No comment. Ismail says, I'm going to get going. Everyone, see you all tomorrow. Later on. Have a good one. Take care. All right, guys. I think I got through all of those. Any other comments or questions, please just type it up in chat. Let me know. Right now, we're just trading sideways on the SPY. I'm trading sideways here on the SPY. If the SPY rolls over, watch for AMD to make new lows. The SPY, remember I said 400 to 401 to be kind of like that resistance area, okay? We're up in front of that level now. It's starting to struggle some. I'm really going to be hands off because, look, I want to get short here on the ES, but I'm not crazy, so I'm not going to do that. Just like I'm not going to go buy SPY put options here. So I'm going to wait. I really didn't think we'd get this high this quick, but the gap up today was really big. I thought today's gap up, we'd gap up a point and a half, but we didn't, man. We gapped up crazy. We gapped up strong. And now we're right in the face of like that resistance area on the SPY. Remember, I said 401 to 400 resistance on the SPY. And here's, see all that resistance in these levels? We're right at that level. We're right at that level. So we'll see what it wants to do. I'm going to be hands off here, to be honest. I'm going to let the market do its thing. I'm going to let other people take the market for this test drive. I don't want any part of it right now. I'll wait and see. Maybe it'll give me something cleaner later or in the afternoon or tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Just it's a technical, the king. If we come over here to the daily chart. Oh, here's where I drew what I think happens over the coming days. But it's just a technical bounce off of the 200-day moving average. Let me erase all this. It's just a technical bounce right here off of this 200-day moving average. You know, the gap up is a little bit bigger than expected. I'm sure there could have been something said somewhere, but I don't think it's enough. I don't think it's enough. Just looking around to see if I see anything. Let me go see. I don't really see anything that can flame a rally here. It had higher than expected home sales month over month. Like a lot. Significantly higher. Don't understand why or how. But honestly, to try to understand the economy right now in any way, shape, or form is a fool's game. Market's really slowing up down here, up here in front of this resistance level, guys. I'm dying to get short, but honestly, I can't. I gotta respect myself here and just be hands off. This is not typically where I would go short so quickly. And I've had this where days like today, I come into the day saying, you know what, I'm keeping it small and tight. And then I have a nice little trade. I put some profit in the pocket, and then I give it back on a similar situation like this. And I'm not going to do that. So I'm just going to wait. It's 10:21 a.m. It wouldn't surprise me to see a SPY pull back to 400. If it holds there, you could see another bounce attempt. But I think we just start to chop. A short here isn't a terrible idea. It's just not my wheelhouse typically. You know, on a day like today, I came in bullish. I like to remain bullish. I don't really like to fish out this top here. Because look, if we go to the 60-minute chart, if we go to the 60-minute chart, this is where we said we would find possible resistance, right? We went up a little bit further than that. Okay, and we went to this previous top. But could we go further than that before we find resistance? Yes, we could go to 28. Could we go further than that before we find resistance? Yes, we could go to 34s. So it's a guessing game, and I don't really want to guess it, and I'm not going to average into that mess. That's a disaster waiting to happen. So then it leaves you with a 60-40 chance at best at each level. I already traded like I feel like I already traded a 60-40. I'm not going to push my luck, in other words. I don't really like trading 60-40s. I like to trade stuff that gives me at least a 70% chance of being right. I don't like 60% chances. I already did a 60% chance trade. I'm not going to do another one. Yo, look at who is there. What? Guys, we're being blessed with the presence of my business partner and co-founder of the daytraderchatroom.com. Join all the host, moderator, as well of the chat. A slow clap for you, my friend. You have found some sort of cave that had Wi-Fi access, haven't you? It's the only clap. It's the only clap. The beast is laughing. Oh, man. Look who's in chat, guys. Welcome, welcome, good sir. I like 95% opportunities as well. I don't even know. I wouldn't even know if that's correct. I don't know. I don't know what century we're in. All right, yeah, so you're right. The 21st. I wouldn't even know. You can ask me about trading stuff. The king says you guys actually get along. Bro. That's my little brother over there. I swear I want to wring his neck half the time. But I fired him yesterday, the beast. I fired him yesterday. I had enough of his nonsense and I fired him yesterday. Hadn't fired him in a while. See, the problem is, and I think he knows by now, that if I'm not firing him, I am truly pissed at him. Him and his non-freaking internet self. This guy up and leaves, goes off on this freaking road trip. You're at the year mark, right? You're at the year mark? Like a year and a month or something like that? Feels like 3. Okay, it feels like he's been at this for 3 years. And then there's frustrating days where he has no internet. Like on Friday, a storm rolled through whatever forest he's at, knocked out all the internet. So then he messages me, hey, send out the watch list. Because he couldn't do it. But I couldn't do it. I was setting everything up at that moment and time was ticking. Like I wasn't counting on that. So I didn't have time and I couldn't get the watch list out. So then I'm like, if you would have been home like a normal person, you would have had internet. So I didn't fire him on that day, the beast. I fired him yesterday, though. Yeah, guys, you are not a normal person. Somebody's gonna take that out of context and cancel me. I don't care. You can't cancel. You can't cancel me. You can only cancel people who care. That is the thing, right? You're basically living in the 18th century at this point. The beast. Guys, you see why I didn't want to get short there, man? It's not that we rallied or anything. It's just that it's choppy. Like, this is still bullish action. It's still bullish price action. We held that 9 a.m. well. The problem is we're right in front of tough resistance, so I can't get long. But I'm not convinced we're going to roll it under 400, so I can't get short. So I just sit on my hands. No, you got stress. You might not have internet. You might not have signal. But you got stress, because when you get internet, you get signal, or your internet businesses, all the emails start to come in, all the text messages start to come in. You can't get away from it. Now, the only way you can get away from all this, right, is if you get out of the industries and then you start bartering goats and chickens. Then the no internet, no signal will in fact truly be stress-free. The king says Morse code. Yeah, that stupid little face you put there kind of makes me want to punch it. The algorithm is not going to know what to do with this stream. No idea. Guys, 1-for-1 for me this morning. I don't think I'm going to take another trade. It's really slowing down really quickly. I mean, look at the volume earlier on in the morning. Look at the size of the volume earlier on this morning, okay? And look at the size here as we're only an hour into the day. Look at the size of the volume right now. Huge difference. Huge difference. Look, guy, what you need to do is wrap it up. You've been at it for a year and a month. You need to wrap it up, come back to reality. Get on over here. So I don't have to keep stressing with your stupid internet issues. Or somebody said something about Starlink. You had looked into it, but I don't know. I think you said it didn't work well for you. I don't know. No idea. Hey, check your emails. I emailed you last night. Check your emails. It's very important. We need to get moving on that. Tesla already boomed. You missed it. There it is. Right off the watch list. Yo, just traded in the house as well. What's up? What's up? Wait, you know what? Can I pin your comment? Yep, there it is. Now everybody knows you live in the 18th century. Damn. Good stuff, man. Any trades? Are you in? Guys, just trade. Swing trade expert from the DTC. You in any swing trades, bro? You happy to see Jonah back? Yeah, it's good to see that fool back, man. This guy is out there living that Jeff Bezos life. Yeah, I can't blame you. I already took 1 day trade, but I don't have anything. I don't have anything else cooking. I'm really not. I'm not long or short biased right now. Right now, I'm neutral. I'm in neutral. I'm just watching. I took a long trade this morning. Just one quick little trade in and out, and that was it. I'm not. It's not to say that the market's crazy. I don't think it is. This is how bear markets behave. Um, and this is how you get bear market rallies, right? This is how you enter into recessions. Just go back and look at the charts from 2008, 2009, 2010, 2011, and then again 2014. But there's days where we can easily have a bias, and there's days where we're not. Today's a day where I easily came into the day bullish, short term, but it's quickly now transitioned over into neutral. I don't know. I don't think so anymore. I did prior when we had that more bullish price action, but I don't think so anymore. Nah, I don't know. Not now. Not now. I think we get later on this month, we get down here. And then I think possibly we would continue trading in that range later on in the year. And then we get down here again. And then if the recession happens, okay, I got it. Here we go. This is the thing. I think the only way we get up here, I think the only way we get up there would require soft landing. And I think if the recession gets confirmed, we crack the lows. That's what I'm thinking right now. That can change as the macroeconomical landscape changes. You know, that can change. So this is why I always tell people you can't be, I'm not saying you are, one can't be too biased or too hard-headed because the macroeconomic landscape can change, and that changes the market's environment. We'll see. Either way, we're going to be ready to make money, whichever direction it wants to go. If it goes to 430 without reason, like without foundational reason, then I will be getting puts up there. But if it goes to 430 because we get a soft landing, or the soft landing likelihood is raised exponentially, then I would not be getting puts there. I would not. See, because this whole run up that we had here, this whole run up here into 420, right? I feel that was, why can I not manipulate this little box? There we go. I feel like this whole run up here into 420, I feel like that was on a lot of hopes and dreams and FOMO. You guys have to remember that when we were here, we had the highest amount of retail money into the market that we've had since here. So there's a lot of hopes and dreams that push this market to 420 zone. If we get back up there, we go to 430 like Just Trade says, and it's just based off of hopes and dreams like that run, I'm getting puts. And when I say I'm getting puts that are months out. But if we get to 430 with solid macroeconomic information that justifies the move, then no, I would not. That's like standing in front of a train. You know what I mean? So that's like a little bit of a broader market analysis. This is why I love chatting with you guys, because I would not just come up here and start talking about that randomly. Well, I don't know what the hell just happened here, but the SPY cracked for VWAP and 400. That was way nastier than I thought. European Central Bank lane speaks. They're speaking, so maybe something was said there. More, that's what I'm thinking right now, because that kind of move doesn't just happen. Maybe something was said there that spooked the markets. Wow, we're really selling hard. Really selling hard. If we crack the day's low and that bearishness continues, watch for a gap fill here to the downside. Yeah, it could happen. It could happen. Just like the move to 420 happened, that could happen. It could. All it takes is some more false hope, and then bang, 430 gets crushed. Then we roll it back down. Recession gets put in place there. It's confirmed, and we crack 2022's low. I think the only way we crack 2022 low is if the recession happens. If it happens. Well, guys, that short would have worked out. That type of move like that with that violence behind it typically only happens if something came across the wires or something was said. Like I said, European Central Bank lane is speaking right now. So that could have been there could have been a catalyst there. Something was said that caused this market to dump there, at least temporarily, right off of that 40.25 zone we shared and talked about earlier. That 40.25 zone right here. We tapped that and we've been coming back since then. Could get dicey now. That's why I'm thinking that today just stays choppy. If we get direction to move to the downside here, maybe I can get another trade in. But right now I'm just sitting on the 1-for-1. Sounds like a menu at a fast food place. I'm sitting on that 1-for-1 and holding on to those gains for now. We've had an exaggerated move to the upside here, straight up, straight up, straight up. And now we've just been going, we went sideways for a little while. It got pretty boring. And now we're just coming straight down, straight down, straight down. I want to try something here. Let's see. We are entering subscribers mode only. So if you guys want to chat in the chat box, you got to be a subscriber. Yeah, you got some time there. Hit that subscribe button. That way we can chat in the chat box. I'm going to give it another few minutes here, guys. If I start to see maybe a potential setup, I'll go after it. If not, we'll start bringing the stream towards an end here on the morning. There we go. Keep going, he says, the king. We'll keep it going. We'll keep it going. Let's see if we got any shortable bounces here. So we're getting a little bit of a bounce off of the 4,000 level on the ES. We'll see what it wants to do there. We'll see what it wants to do there. Yo, Bill, what'd you miss today? You missed not a whole lot, honestly, in a sense, because look, let me see, what chart are you guys seeing here? You basically went straight up, sideways, and then straight back down. I caught a little piece of the upside move and left a bunch on the table. And then this downside move here, I didn't think it'd come in as strong as it did. They do have the European Central Bank speaking right now. So I'm thinking that something was said there that caused such a violent downside move. Could be wrong, but I'm thinking something was said there that caused the move to be so extraordinarily big, from that sideways trading. You had an increase in volume and everything. I had the one trade. Let's see here. It was right in here. We broke up in over 408. I threw out an order, got a fill up here, and then got another one right up in here. I think it was on this candle. And yeah, at 40.13, boom, right up in here. So I got long in here on this 40.08, got into the push here and took some off at, I got to fill a 40.0925, 40.0875. Those are my entries. Got to fill to sell at 40.1125 and 40.1325. So decent little trade. I came into the day thinking that, we're looking for scalps and whatnot. So that's what I caught. I caught exactly, a little scalp. Let's see what happens now. Nice trade about 4 points. Yeah. The last take was about 4.5 points. So, it was good. Not a bad trade at all. Yeah, just trade. Caught a little piece. This morning in pre-market, I was saying that I was like, guys, I think today could be a little bit more of a choppier session. So I'm not going to be looking to go crazy, right? I'm just looking for smaller size trades, and I'm not looking like last week where I was looking for these extension moves and I was in full size. I came into the day today bullish, but fully aware that I might have to change to neutral rather quickly. So because of that, that's telling me I'm expecting chop. I was quicker on the takes, I was quicker on the takes. It worked out, a few bucks in the pocket. 10:45 a.m. We're getting a first little possible bounce here. We're getting a quick little bounce here. Thank you, man. Thanks. Yeah. I think, like I always tell everybody, if you come into the day and you have a plan and you execute upon that plan, whether you're red or green, you should pat yourself on the back because you traded your plan. You didn't trade emotions. Most traders fail because they trade on emotions. They trade on emotions and off of no education. So anytime you can come in and trade like an algorithm, you trade like a computer, anytime you can come in and pull that off, that's a sign of strong discipline. And a disciplined trader is typically an experienced trader. So if you're still new and not profitable, but you're able to exercise discipline, those are traits that are had by experienced traders. So that's good. That's a good sign, right? It's showing that you're learning. It's showing that you're growing, that your experience is growing as well. And those are signs and traits that you need for a good trader. All right, guys, it's 10:46 a.m. So what I'm thinking here is you might get a little bit of a bearish drop. I think it'll chop a little bit, possibly. But if you get off directional straight into that Friday's close, I think you could get a little bounce back from there. Unless some sort of macro news comes across the wire, and then all bets are off, okay? I'm going to start working on getting the stream up for tomorrow, and then we'll be back tomorrow again at 9:15 a.m., okay? So make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't, so that you can partake in tomorrow's stream. If you have any last minute questions, oh wait, something just came across here. At least I thought something came across. Oh, no. Okay. If you guys have any last minute questions, now would definitely be a great time to throw them up in chat before we close off the stream. All right, right now you have that 40.06 resistance showing up here on the ES, but you have that, remember that line we drew? Let me make sure you can see it. Yep, remember that line we drew in pre-market? Right here at this 39.98 zone? That's what we tested, and that's what we're bouncing off of. You could possibly see a bit of a reversal from there, but like I said, today's just really 50-50-ish type of action. Yo, Iris, what's up? What's up? Not much, man. 1 for 1 today. No green trade in the books. How you been? Ooh, my protein. Oh, protein action. Oh man, there's Krispy Kreme donuts. My boy on Saturday when I was at his house, we were doing my taxes. He was like, "Hey, look, I got a box of Krispy Kreme. You want to take it?" And I was like, "Bro, no, bro, eat your Krispy Kreme." He's like, "No, take it, take it. I still have more." I was like, "Okay, got a box of Krispy Kreme. I'm gonna down this protein shake, and then I'm gonna go eat a Krispy Kreme donut." Iris, good stuff, man. Glad to hear you're doing well. How's the trading been? Guys, we're bear flagging down here. That's my go-to. I love bear flags. We're starting a bear flag down here. But we're right in front of that major potential support zone. So I'm not just gonna get short on the bear on the bear flag. I would have to wait for a breakdown. Best setups, man. That's it. That's what I've been doing here with everyone. We've been just been focusing on the best setups. And that's it. And it's the same. I'm trading futures, but it's the same setups that I trade when I trade equities. You know, like right now, we got a little bit of a bear flag. When was it? I want to say it was either Thursday or Wednesday. I can't remember. I think it was Wednesday. We had a similar bear flag situation going on, um, meaning we were building a bear flag just above a major support zone. So I told everybody, guys, I'm not going to buy. Well, I'm not going to short. I'm not going to short the ES here inside of this bear flag like I've done other times because we're in front of a major support zone. We could easily bounce off that level. I'm going to wait for it to break down and out of it. And if it breaks down and out of the bear flag, then I'm going to get short and look for that extension move to the downside. That's what I did and executed. It worked out really nice. No, I'm not done with equities. We put on a couple swing trades with equities this year as well. Some worked, some didn't. But no, I still trade equities. I'm mainly day trading futures. Mainly day trading futures. All right, guys, I'm still not in any trade. I'll show you real quick. There's my trading chart, not in anything. The chop is real there. It's fighting. It's fighting, trying desperately to hold that 4,000. If that 4,000 gives up, you probably got about 10 points to drop at least. I'd say probably a little bit more. Maybe 15, 20 point drop. Yo, Bill. All right, brother. Have a good one, man. I hope you had a good green day. I hope you caught something good today, man. There was a couple of potential moves, but it was a difficult. It has been a difficult morning, that's for sure. It has been a little bit more difficult. Guys, if you're red on the day, don't be down on yourself. It's a part of trading. As long as you're within your parameters, you'll be good to go. You know what I mean? Looks like that bear flag. See how it's not working out to the downside just yet? That 4,000 mark is major. Bill says, yeah, man, small green. Hey, there you go, man. Small green. Put it in the pocket. Put it in the pocket. Tomorrow's another day. All right, guys. I'm gonna get going tomorrow, 9:15 a.m. Hope to see you all here. Thank you very much for tuning in and hitting that like button. I'll see you all tomorrow. Have a great rest of your morning. Green day in the stream today here for me. And I hope you guys had a really good time as well.